Just 2 neighborhoods in Omaha are certified creative districts by the state. Another one could be getting the distinction soon.
Our Bella Caracta visits the community, which could be the next one, and why this goes beyond a label.
Imagine history preserved through art on murals like this one.
With the arts, there's just so much that you can do, whether that's concerts or murals or whatever, and it's just to bring people into the area.
Little Italy has a rich history. It's where Anna Vendetti Diedrich's family settled. And it's home to the Santa Lucia Festival, which is celebrating its 100th year.
To be here, knowing that our ancestors and my grandma was here at the beginning, is just such a can't describe it.
This identity is a part of what makes Little Italy a candidate to be a creative district. The designation comes from the Nebraska Arts Council, a state organization. There are 29 so far in Nebraska. In Omaha, there are 2, one in Benson and another near Jocelyn Castle. Certified districts get $10,000 to start and are then eligible to compete for another $100,000.
You know, the state of Nebraska is using the arts as an economic driver. I suppose you could do festivals of different sorts, not just the Santa Lucia Festival. You could do arts festivals down here. You could bring more music.
Alva Canty is the one who suggested Anna spearhead the project. He helped the city of Alliance in western Nebraska get certified. She's taken it on with the same pride in the community her grandma had when she made Little Italy history.
My grandma was the first queen in 1929.
A crowning tradition of the Santa Lucia Festival.
In my opinion, this is the place to be.
On your side in Omaha, Bella Caracta, 6 News.
Organizers are asking for your input in an online survey. They already have more than 300 responses, and the form closes on Monday. After that, they plan on holding community forums.